Hello, Cancer, and welcome back to Appalachian Tarot. I am so very glad that you have decided to join me for this week's collective reading. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm so glad you decided to stop by, and I hope that you will stay a while with us by subscribing to the channel. And do not forget to like this video as well. That helps to grow the channel and get other cancers, and it helps it get blah, 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 blah. Can I use my words? It helps get the video in front of other cancers. It helps them find it. So I hope that you will forgive my babbling here as I shuffle the deck to begin with a Seasons of the Witch Oracle card. All right, Cancer. This is a collective reading for the sign of Cancer. Primarily my sun signs, but moon, rising, you're welcome here too, as is the cross watcher. Okay. But because it is a collective reading, I need you to remember that not everything is going to resonate with you, and that's all right. If a message doesn't resonate with you, just leave it and ignore it. It's for someone else who's watching. Use your own intuition to help determine when the universe is speaking to you through me and through the cards, all right? And I'm going to move the slider because I don't like the fact that it's in camera view, all right? So that said, let's get started. We have Primal. There is no other way around but through the very truth that lives within you. There is no other way around but through the very truth that lives within you. Okay, Primal. Let's see if we can find it in the book. Yes. All right, Cancer, your key word is acceptance. Okay. There is a primal fear flowing through each of us. No, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that and re-begin. Let's start over. There is a primal force flowing through each of us. That changes the meaning a bit. You feel it when your tummy rumbles and you feel the urge to eat, or when sexual desires overcome you while sharing a kiss with your beloved. Oh, Cancer. These urges guide you to seek shelter when it rains, to cover up when you are cold, and to run when you are afraid. And while these urges are seen as being necessary for survival, other urges, such as honoring your wild, uninhibited self and raw nature, are not always welcome in modern society. However, they are equally essential to living. The Primal card is here to challenge you to let go of who you think you're supposed to be so you can become who you really are. If you have felt confused, stagnant, or lacking in motivation, or have a general sense you are going nowhere, it may be because you are trying to follow a path that isn't truly meant for you. Consider whether you are living to please others, doing what is expected of you rather than what brings you joy and fulfillment. Alternatively, if you find that you are in alignment with your current goals, consider whether you have been trying to emulate others rather than expressing your true self. You may have similar goals as another person, but you do not have to go about achieving them the same way. Trust that who you are is more than enough without having to change your core nature or adapt to fit in. All right, and then it suggests a social detox. So I'm going to read this bit to you as well. Social media is a powerful tool, but it can create anxieties and stress when you don't feel like you're where you want to be. If you are regularly comparing yourself to others, consider detoxing from all social media while you surrender to your true nature. Doing so will allow you to step into your own skin without social influence. Okay, so for some of you, you may need to detox from social media, but it sounds like a lot of y'all are kind of trying to deny or hide who you really are. And I don't know why, because Cancer, I mean, I've always gotten such a good vibe from my Cancers out there that are watching. I know we're not supposed to play favorites, but you might be my favorite sign. You know, other than my fellow Aquariuses, however you want to call us. But I'm rooting for you, Cancer. I really feel like we've struck up a bond. And so I like who you are. I want you to like who you are. And I want you to be your true self. You know? You gotta be who you are. Cancer gotta do Cancer. So you meditate on that primal card and what you may need to embrace and accept about yourself. While I shuffle the tarot ahead of our Celtic cross so we can get a better idea of exactly what the universe is trying to say here. What does Cancer need to accept? What isn't Cancer doing that is in alignment with their truth? What does Cancer need to accept about themselves? All right, this is it. Here we go. We're going to begin with... Oh. The Three of Wands reversed. You're feeling stuck and delayed, which is interesting because Gemini had a similar reading just before this. But I also see that you haven't been doing the planning that's necessary, and that you're kind of thinking small potatoes when maybe you should be thinking bigger. But you're definitely feeling stuck, like that there's things are delayed. You're facing some obstacles right now that are getting in the way of what you want, your hopes and your dreams. What are those obstacles? Chariot. It's water energy, but specifically it's Cancer energy. You're not being true to yourself, Cancer. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. Cancer, you need to stand. You need to stand in the sun, but you need to stare in the mirror. Because right now, what I'm seeing is that you are your own worst enemy, Cancer. This stagnation you're experiencing is a result of your own self-doubt and your own lack of you don't know what it is you want. You know you don't want to be here, but you don't know where you want to go. You don't know what it is you want to do. You don't even know who you are. You can't move forward because you don't know which direction to take. You don't know what to do in order. I mean, you don't even know what it is you want to do or where you want to go. You're very unsure of yourself right now. Cancer, in the immediate past, you have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Have you been suffering from low self-esteem? Brought on by possibly some kind of major disappointment where you thought that you were going to be triumphant, or you thought things were going to work out the way you wanted them to, but they ended up not working out the way you wanted to. This would have been in the immediate past. So let's say since the start of the year, maybe since February. What are we in? Yeah, I'd say the start of the year-ish. Things haven't been going your way, have they, Cancer? You've been working hard, but you don't know what you're working for. And if things aren't going your way, it's because you're not being true to yourself here with this primal card. I don't think you are showing the world who Cancer is. You might be doing things sort of by the book when you really need to throw that book away and write your own new book. If nothing changes, you don't change course. Okay, you got the Judgment card. It's deliverance. It's a new beginning, a rebirth of sorts. I think you have to let go of some resentment, and you need to forgive yourself and others who have maybe brought you to this point. But I also think that you're going to, that this may be a necessary phase that you're going through right now. that you're going through a phase of growth and of getting to know you and who Cancer is and what it is Cancer wants. And that's just a necessary part of life. It's just growing pains. But this rebirth to me comes out as like you figuring out who you are and what makes you unique and what you want to do and where you want to go. Whether this is with work or with, I have to be honest, for some of you, I think it's coming to terms with sexual orientation, and I don't know why I thought that, but when I was reading the Primal card, I got that impression. And something about the Judgment card, Deliverance, maybe it's because they're like literally coming out of their graves, you know? To me, it's just, it's reminiscent of coming out of the closet. That's not for all of you, though. Whatever it is, I think it's you coming into your own truth, and you accepting who you are, and standing proud in your own truth. Okay? In your consciousness is the 9 of Wands. You have been building a defense against the rest of the world. You have been trying to keep people out. You have been putting up boundaries which have prevented you from getting the aid you need and the help you need. And you are very afraid of letting anyone close to your heart. You have been actually actively working to keep people away and to push people away. In Cancer, I don't think that's helping you very much. I just don't. What I'm seeing here is that you, if you dig deep enough, I think you have the ability to open up and to let people in. You're afraid to do that. But you are stronger and more courageous than you give yourself credit for here. I believe in you. The universe believes in you. Cancer, why don't you believe in you? Page of Cups reversed in your subconscious. Yeah, you got some growing to do, my dear, dear one. You're letting your insecurities get the best of you. This rut you're in is one of your own doing, and it's because you haven't accepted who you are yet. Remember in the first reading I did when I said that you were going to change the world and that you had the ability to really make a long-term difference in people's lives and contribute something that was going to last? I still see that. But what I see here, Cancer, is that you don't seem to believe that yourself. Or you don't seem to know how you're going to do that. And I think that what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to step into your own truth, and you're going to have to be vulnerable in ways that you don't want to be. Because you got this card up here, the 9 of Wands, and then in your subconscious you have the Page of Cups. So here you have a card of defensiveness. Here you have a card of love and openness and creativity and compassion, and it's a really, really warm and giving and gentle energy, but it's reversed so that it almost becomes like one of being, there's almost a bratty energy to it, like you're acting out because you are so unhappy with yourself, but you won't be happy with yourself until you accept who you are. With this Judgment card here, it's just it's an incredibly immature energy. Okay, your control over the situation is the 6 of Pentacles. Look, you have to open up and let other people in, and you have to start sharing the beauty of who Cancer is with the rest of the world. You have to start healing yourself so that you can step into the glory that the universe has in store for you. You're going to be giving, but you're also going to be receiving. There's a reciprocity here that goes unacknowledged in the 6 of Pentacles often, but it is a card, there is a reciprocity here. You may want to seek out someone who can mentor you. You may want to seek out someone whom you can talk to about whatever is going on in this Page of Cups subconscious of yours, there's a lot of emotions here that you're not dealing with. All right, Cancer, your hopes and, or I'm sorry, the outside influence on your situation. There are definitely people who are going to use you with this Seven of Swords here. They're not necessarily going to do it out of malice, but they're going to do it because they can. And I think as much as you've built this boundary here, the reality of the situation is until you step into your own, you're going to continue to be exploited because you're so focused on trying to... You can't see what's going on around you because you're so focused on this internal strife. You have to get right with yourself so that you can make sure other people get right with you. Because I get the feeling that there are people who are kind of working against you right now, Cancer. And I don't necessarily think they're doing it out of malice. I think they're doing it because they can. You may be letting people walk all over you. Don't. Stand up for yourself. Which is very contradictory energy from this Nine of Wands here. It's like on the one hand, you're very, very defensive, but on the other hand, you're sort of letting people take advantage of you. So it's like in one realm, you, or maybe you think you're being defensive, right? But you're not. I just want you to kind of watch other people's motivations and what other people do. And if somebody does something that upsets you, it's okay for you to set a boundary. But don't set so many boundaries that you keep everyone else out or that you deny who you are. Boundaries with other people, but maybe not boundaries with yourself. I don't know. Something to think about. Your hopes and fears. The Queen of Swords. Again, a card of boundaries. I get the feeling that you really are scared of who you might be. There's something about yourself that you don't like. But Cancer, that's who you are meant to be. You are put on this earth to be whatever this is that you don't want to be. You need to be very clear about this. You need to and you need to be a little more compassionate with yourself. It's okay to be direct. It's okay to be logical. It's okay to be strategic. But at some point, you do have to let intuition and to let your heart lead the way. I don't know. I'm not thrilled with this. With this Queen of Swords here, because I'm getting a very harsh energy from her. I think this is you being too hard on yourself, though. I don't think it's other people being. Frankly, I think other people are just kind of messy here in the Seven of Swords. But I do get the feeling that this is to do with something about yourself that you don't like, and because you're so afraid of showing it to the world with this Judgment card here, this Page of Cups reversed, that you're so focused on this thing you dislike about yourself or that you think is wrong that you're not seeing how other people are doing you wrong. You only see how you're wrong. You're not wrong here. You're not wrong here. You're beautiful, Cancer. Yeah, and the most likely outcome is the Six of Cups reversed. Water energy. Alrighty, Cancer. What I see here is that you are going to end up moving forward and you're going to sort of stop being stuck in whatever this is. Things were not as good as you seem to think they were. You're gonna come to. You just gotta let go of whatever it is that's holding you back and sort of embrace the the uniqueness of you and the beauty of you, Cancer. You need to really embrace who you are and stop worrying about what other people think. I don't like that you're so worried about what other people think. But you're stuck because you're not being honest about who you are. Or that your circumstances are different than maybe what they were before. But I really think for some of you, this is about being honest with yourself about who you are and what it is you want in this life. I really think that's it. I have to be honest with you. That judgment card is what I keep coming back to, and I just think that for some of you, you're not being authentic to yourself. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to come out as gay or anything like that. It just, I mean, it could be as simple as being like, you know what, I'm not a banker, I'm an artist, I want to paint for a living, you know, that kind of thing, you know. And the reading from a few weeks ago was that you're going to change the world. But until you are honest about what it is that your calling is and why you were put on this earth, you're not going to be able to change anything. I mean, you couldn't change a diaper, let alone change the world, until you're honest about who you are and what it is you want in this life. Have the courage of the primal card to embrace the authenticity here that the universe is trying to get you to embrace. You got to be yourself, Cancer. You got to be yourself. I don't know why you don't want to be yourself. Because I like you. I think you're beautiful. But Cancer, I'm not loving this energy here. I'm not loving it at all. All right. Let us go to the Oracle of Delphi and draw one more card to wrap up this reading. These cards, of course, I read intuitively, and we had a flipper, so we'll use this one. Wayshower, usher, decide, discern, defend. This is what you need to do. I think this reading is the wayshower, and that the universe is asking you to decide who you are, to discern from this reading and from your own intuition what it is you need to do to move forward into happiness and success. Because I see happiness and success coming your way, but I see that that's not going to happen until you begin to be honest about who you are and what it is that you want in this life. What's on the bottom of the deck here? The Queen of Wands reversed, and I just want you to read what's on here. Can you, I don't know if you can see that or not, okay? Self-respect, self-confident, introverted, selfishness, jealousy, insecurity. All right, so I read those to you because I think that each of those things apply to you in some way right now. I think that you're operating from this place of insecurity, all right? I think that there might be, for some of you, some jealousy of other people's success. Forget about other people. This isn't about them. This is about you. You may be a little too introverted, by which I mean you may not be like literally an introvert. You may be an extrovert. But this introvert energy may be that you're afraid to ask for what it is that you want, or you're afraid to be honest about who it is you truly are. Okay? The selfishness, I think the universe is telling you actually it's okay for you to be a little selfish right now, because this Seven of Swords here, I'm not liking the energy of some of the other people around you, Cancer. So I want to put that on your radar right there. I think you need to start looking at some of the other people around you who may be taking advantage of you. But self-respect and self-confident, those are things that you need, Cancer. And I feel like you really haven't had a lot of self-respect or self-confidence lately. I don't think this is a bad thing as far as like it being reversed. I think it's a good thing. I think that's telling you exactly what is needed in this moment. It just, plain and simple, Cancer, that's it. You got to start, oh, Cancer, you got to love yourself. All right, that's it for me this week. I love you, Cancer. If this reading helped you, please give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And for the rest of you, I will see you. Well, for the rest of you, I don't know who I'm talking to. Look, Cancer, let me start that over again. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do hope that you found this reading very, very useful. If you didn't, my apologies. Come back next week. We'll see what we can do for you. In the meantime, just start believing in yourself and realize that you are a beautiful, unique creation of the divine, and that you are, in fact, divine yourself. You are spirit manifested in flesh. Cancer, I just want you to start believing in yourself, and I want you to be honest about who you are and what it is you want in this life. Because only then will you ever find happiness and freedom. Only then. All right, my beautiful Cancers, I will see you next week. Bye-bye.